Okay, you guys, let's get this show on the road. Man, I'm telling you, it is nuts right now going on over there. So I just did the 15th, and the 16th, 17th are already up there. So you can watch them and read them in sequence or watch them or whatever. And so this is the 18th. I'm getting ready to go to bed. It's 1:46 and I don't know, I just can't keep my brain off my friend. So I'm just trying to, like I said, keep it busy. So, suspicious person, 500 block of North Eisenhower. Officer responded, no report. And no explanation on what he was doing. Another suspicious person off Ashbury. Male and female having an argument. Female screamed stop 10 minutes ago. Communications problem. 400 block of Main, South Main, 911 open line. Nothing heard, landline on callback, no answer. Those types of things scare me. Parking problem, North Jackson Street and West D Street. Vehicle parked on the street overnight. No overnight parking on the street. Officer responded, no report. Theft other, 400 block of Lewis Street. Reporting a theft, and then no report. I think they just like writing no report or something. Fraud at the University of Idaho. Received a fraudulent call. Officer contacted, no report. Welfare check, 700 block of South Adams. Reporting party requesting welfare check on a friend. Haven't heard back in 3 days. Officer responded, no report. There's a warrant out. Got him at Applebee's. Arrested a male on a warrant. And no report. What is that? Why did they put no report in there? Because you know there's a report on that. There has to be. If they arrested the guy, there's got to be a report. Right? Am I like sick in the brain or something thinking this? Because I don't think so. Parking problem. Vehicle has been there for a week. Go figure. Officer responded, no report. Welfare check, 1200 block of South Main. Request welfare check on employee. Officer responded, no report. I wonder if that's that same one that was been missing for 3 days or whatever. Civil call, Southview Avenue, the Grove. So the Grove is where Demetrius was arrested that one time. Reporting they were doing quarterly inspections in the building and found a gun in a room. Officer responded, no report? Good God. Domestic dispute, Latah County Fairgrounds. Officer and EMS responded for a domestic. Patient refusal. Report taken. Patient. What does that mean? Patient refusal. Civil calls. West Pullman Road, U-Haul. Reporting party requesting to speak to an officer. Officer contacted. No report. Abnormal behavior on Almond Street. This makes me so sad. For God's sakes, get this woman into a care facility. This is driving me batty, and this is so messed up. Elderly female with dementia, abnormal behavior. Police and EMS responded. No report and no transport. Why the fuck not? Where does this woman belong? And who is her caregiver? And why hasn't someone stepped in? The authorities, CPS, whatever, whoever does it for the elderly like this. Someone's got to get some care for this woman. The state? I mean, it so sucks because, here's the thing. The people, some, like my grandma was like this. To the day she passed, she was so independent, but she had dementia. I mean, up until the time until she got a hip surgery, and she was what they called narcotic naive, which meant that she couldn't she'd never had like oxycodone or anything like that. But when she had that surgery, they gave it to her, and it literally flipped her brain. That and the anesthesia from the surgery just totally whacked her out. So they say that if you have a little bit of onset dementia coming on, never to go under anesthesia or take like those types of pills, like the pain pills and things like that, because it tends to escalate the dementia and to speed it up. And man, I'm telling you, my grandma didn't come out of it for at least a year and a half, I guess. And the whole time she thought that she was in jail for like a car wreck. She had a little fender bender she got into prior to her hip surgery. She didn't even remember her hip surgery. Oh, she just thought she thought that she got put in jail because of her fender bender, and that was what at the care center which she was at. It's so sad. God, it was the saddest thing. I took care of her till the day she passed, and it was, man, I'm telling you what, dementia is the ugliest, saddest, most the meanest disease to put on someone. It's just incredibly, it's hard for everyone, put it that way. It is so bad for everyone, especially if you're not like I have that bone in me. I have that caregiving bone in me, right? And I can see past things that I think that other people can't. For instance, when grandma would get like they would call me sometimes and they say we can't get her to take a shower, and so I'd show up and I would be like, and she was unruly, don't get me wrong, she could be really feisty. My grandma was a mean son of a gun. I mean, she was born and raised in Idaho. She hunted, she did all that kind of stuff. She got bear, she got deer, she got elk, and she drug it home herself. She hauled it back, she cut it up, she did everything. She went on, up until she was 86 years old, she was taking her motorhome down to Arizona by herself. I mean, she built her own outdoor shower, with the big black plastic bags, took her shower. She was a rock hound. She loved to go crystal hunting and digging, and she'd like to do, pan gold, and she just did everything. And she was feisty. I mean, the day they took her pocket knife away from her because she couldn't have it in the facility, man, I think she's hell-bent for election. All she ever carried in her pocket was, she had a money clip with her ID and maybe a credit card, but usually it's just like money and her ID in a clip. She had a worry stone in one of her pockets, and then with her money she had a pocket knife. What she had something? Oh, chapstick. She always had one of those the waxy kind of chapsticks. Ugh, I can't stand those. Still can't stand them. But so that's what she'd have. She had a money clip with money in her ID, a pocket knife, and her chapstick in one pocket. All of those in one, and then their other pocket, she'd have her worry stone, and usually she would pop her keys in there in her other pocket. But it was her worry stone. She loved her worry stones. Man, the flat stones. They're usually soft or just slick or something, and they're flat. I'm not gonna say soft, but they're kind of, to me, they're kind of velvety to the touch because I like them too. And you just kind of rub them in your pocket, and you rub them down to where you have a thumbprint. It's so funny. Grandma had so many stones with thumbprints in them. But anyway, she, with her dementia, she was so smart. She even found the code to get out of that place the first day she was there. Oh my God. She stood at that door and she tapped those codes in there. And but anyway, when I go back to the shower thing, when I got there and I was like, well, why don't you want to take a shower? And she says, I don't know. And I said, is it because it's slippery? She says, maybe. And I said, well, here, let's go. I'm going to go get some towels. And so I just took towels and I put them down on the floor outside of because it was, in those care facilities, they usually have a walk-in, like shower, bathtub type thing. So I put one outside of the little lip to get into the shower. I put one on the little seat that actually folded down, and I put one underneath on her feet. And man, she was a trooper. It was only because she was scared of slipping. And it's like, I don't know, I just see those things for some reason. But anyway, it didn't always work. I mean, sometimes I had to bribe her with brownies. And I did. I bribed her good with brownies. She loved these brownies I used to bring over. But anyway, this right here, this elderly female with dementia, abnormal behavior, the sad thing about these things is this lady probably lives on her own. And she's You guys, I've read so many reports on this woman. I'm certain it's the same woman, although she's on Allman and before she was on Steiner, so I'm not sure. It might be a different one at this point. But the place where that Thomas Adams lives, that it's like it's a beautiful old house, and they have separate apartments in it. I think that is maybe for like people with behavioral problems, or maybe something like this, because who did that report? I think it was Watching the Watchers. Did a video on this girl who had rented a room out, and what in that I think it was actually in that exact place right there, and it might even have been Thomas that she's talking about, because she said that because there was a shared bathroom, and you'll have to go watch it. It's Watching the Watchers, and it's just really short, and this girl tells her story of meeting the guy down the hallway and scaring the bejesus out of her. Would have scared me too. Anyway, so, man, I got off on a tangent there, didn't I? Okay, so, yeah, by the way, no transport. My grandmother would have never gotten a car with anybody. She'd walk home. Don't you even touch me. I mean, my grandma was feisty. Okay, so we got a suspicious person off Levick. Subject hanging around the area, just wandering around, unable to locate, no report. Theft of an automobile, 200 block of East 7th Street, happened last night. And his son's vehicle was stolen. Doesn't have a reporting party. Doesn't have any. What? Officer contact, no report. That's weird how they put that. Happened last night around 1930. Okay. Reporting party's son's vehicle was stolen. Reporting party doesn't have any. Or doesn't have any vehicle? Is that what he's saying? That's weird. Okay, so non-injury accident, Papa Murphy's. Reporting a 3-vehicle accident. Officer responded. State report taken. Maybe it's that kid's car. Traffic violation, South Main Street and South Jackson. Officer arrested driver for drugs and resisting. Ooh, check that one out. Report taken. Missing persons, 500 block of North Hayes. Reporting a missing person. Officer contacted, no report. What the mean you don't know? How can there not be a report on a freaking missing person? Please, someone explain that to me, because it makes no freaking sense at all. God. Oh, kind of gives me a headache sometimes to think about that. Road rage. Almond Street. Okay. Reporting party said the other driver was honking and tailgating aggressively. I bet that's that guy in the white truck with the flags, because he's been reported before. Welfare check. Reporting party is with a subject who is laying on the ground currently behind the Chamber of Commerce. Police and EMS responded. No transport, no report. Harassment, Almond Street. Oh, so we got back up here to Almond. So we've got the driver honking and tailgating. So wanting to report continued harassment through text from her husband, with whom she has a protection order with. Wow. I think that was on yesterday's, or the day before this one. No, on the 15th, I think. Suspicious person, Pizza Hut. Reporting a subject walking around with a bulletproof vest. Officers responded, unable to locate. What the heck? How do you even get a bulletproof vest? Well, I guess you can order anything online these days. Oh no, sex offense. Shit. Report of a sex offense, officer advised. No report taken. Jeez, dang it. Harassment. El Cajon Street. That name just bothers me. That just sounds like a bad street. Reporting parties wanting to pursue a new order of protection complaint about his sister committing fraud and abuse against his parents. Ooh, that's never fun. I know some people that have to. Man, it's... Oof. Animal problem. Reporting his dog out of their backyard. Suspicious person, Latah County, South Adams. A person is snooping around parking lot looking at employee vehicles. Who's writing these reports? I mean, they're really weirdly worded. I mean, they're just kind of like, they're spelt wrong. They're just weird. A welfare check back at Jackson Street. Jeez. Male wearing sweatshirt and pants that appeared highly intoxicated, swaying and walking slowly, unable to locate. Structure fire, Chinook Street. Reporting smoke in the building. Moscow Fire Department responded and could not find the cause. Probably could have been from a furnace, and the furnace was shut down. That's weird. Okay, this is your, what's your eyeballs? I'm going to scroll. This is your October 18th. Quite a day here. Wow. Lots of suspicious persons, fraud, lots of welfare checks, warrant, arrests. Craziness.